Hey, HSEstudy family. He was just up there for a minute. No harness, no lifeline. He told his coworker, "I'll be right back." But he never came down alive. A 12-foot fall was all it took to end a young roofer's life. A tragedy that didn't have to happen. Today, we're telling a story that'll hit you hard and sharing the safety lessons that could save your life. Don't look away, because this is about you, your crew, and everyone who works at height. Welcome back to HSEstudy, your go-to for real safety stories and the lessons that keep us alive. We're diving into one of the most preventable workplace tragedies, a fatal fall that could have been stopped with proper fall protection. We'll unpack a real OSHA case, what went wrong, what the law demands, and how you can make sure this never happens on your watch. This isn't just about passing an OSHA training test. It's about making sure everyone goes home to their families. Hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Here's the cold, hard truth. Falls are the #1 killer in construction. OSHA says over 300 workers die every year from falls in the US, and thousands more are injured, many left with broken bodies or lives forever changed. Here's the shocker. Most fatal falls aren't from skyscrapers. They happen from just 6 to 15 feet up. A ladder, a roof, a scaffold. That's one story, maybe two, and it's enough to kill you. Fall protection violations are OSHA's most cited standard, with thousands of citations every year, racking up millions in fines. But no fine can bring back a life. No paperwork can heal a family's grief. And the worst part? These deaths happen because someone thinks it's just a quick job. That choice leaves coworkers haunted and families broken. That's why fall protection isn't optional. It's a lifeline. Let's talk about how this happens and what we can do. Falls don't just happen. They're caused by missing guardrails, skipping harnesses, or poor training. OSHA's standard 29 CFR 1926.501 is crystal clear. If you're working 6 feet or more above a lower level in construction, you need fall protection. That means guardrail systems with top rails at 42 inches, safety nets below work areas, or personal fall arrest systems like harnesses, lanyards, and anchorage points rated for 5,000 pounds per person. Every piece of gear must be inspected before use, and every worker needs training to spot hazards and use equipment right. But too often, workers skip these steps under pressure to move fast or because it's never happened before. That's a deadly gamble. On a roof or scaffold, one slip, one misstep, and there's no second chance. Hazard recognition and safety training are your shield, but only if you use them every time. Let me tell you about a tragedy that still hurts to think about. In a small town in Florida, a 28-year-old roofer named Luis was working on a 2-story home. It was a hot day, and the crew was racing to finish shingling before a deadline. No one was using fall protection. No harnesses, no guardrails, no safety nets. Luis, carrying a bundle of shingles, told his buddy, "I'll be right back." He stepped toward the edge, lost his footing, and fell just 12 feet. He hit his head on the concrete patio below and was gone before paramedics could reach him. OSHA's investigation found the employer had no fall protection plan, no training, and had been warned about safety violations before. They were fined $162,000, but that was nothing compared to the real cost. Luis's mother collapsed when she got the news. His co-workers, some just kids themselves, were traumatized. One quit roofing for good, saying, "I can't unsee it." All because fall protection was treated as optional. Let's get practical because I want you to walk away as a fall protection pro. First, always use fall protection when you're 6 feet or higher. No exceptions. If you're on a roof, wear a full-body harness tied to a secure anchor point. Check that your lanyard and harness are free of cuts or frays before every use. Second, know your site's fall protection plan. OSHA requires one for every construction job. It should list guardrails, nets, or harness systems and who's responsible for them. Third, demand training. You need to know how to wear a harness, inspect gear, and spot hazards like loose boards or slippery surfaces. If you're a worker, you have the right to refuse unsafe work. Say no if you're not tied off. If you're an employer, enforce fall protection with zero tolerance. Regular inspections and toolbox talks save lives. One tip: Before you climb a ladder or step onto a roof, take a second to ask, am I protected? That pause could be the difference between life and death. Here's the deal. A 12-foot fall can end a life in seconds, but it's 100% preventable. Luis's death wasn't just a slip. It was a failure of planning, training, and a safety culture that let quick jobs skip fall protection. We've covered LODO and PPE before, but fall protection is just as critical for accident prevention. By making it automatic, harness on, anchor secured, training fresh, you're not just following OSHA rules, you're giving yourself and your crew a chance to go home. Let's build a culture where no one takes a step at height without being tied off, where safety is personal, and every worker is a brother or sister we protect. So, HSEstudy family, what's the closest call you've seen on a ladder or roof? Ever had to speak up about fall protection? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading every single one. If Luis's story hit you hard, smash that like button and share this with your crew. Let's keep learning, stay safe, and make every workplace accident-proof.